Hey everybody, welcome back. Slay the Spire. We've been having a pretty good clip. We're getting close to the end of the first half of Ascensions. That's where, if I remember correctly, it was all fun and games for a couple of months. This was back when, for a while, there was only Ironclad Watcher. Sorry, Ironclad Silent. And then when I hit 10, it was like, you know? It was like when the Ancient One touched Doctor Strange on the forehead and he fell backwards through the multiverse. Anyway, that being said, maybe I'm just smarter now. Yeah, that's... people tend to be mentally more adept in their 30s than in their 20s, for sure. I think that's what the scientific literature would show if it existed. Give me a random rare. Brilliance, to me... 1 energy for 12 damage. Scales with mantra is something I'm mighty interested in. Could I tell you? I'm mighty interested in it. Check this out. Check this out. And then, of course, you got to check that out. All we need to do is draw a strike. So now, this might be a good opportunity to experiment with some mantra-driven cards. We need to do... damage, but I still think Third Eye helps us do damage indirectly. Sure. What do I mean by this, perhaps ridiculous statement? It helps us do damage indirectly, in my opinion, by, helping us draw Brilliance more often, which is really like the moneymaker right now. We'll be looking for good cards and mantra-based cards. I'll take an Empty Fist. Makes it a little bit easier to get in and out of where we want to be. We'll just use a Brilliance. I mean, I'm realizing normally you don't get an opportunity to pick up this card this fast. We know we're going to draw Eruption. We'll just kill you next turn then with these 3 cards. You normally don't get a chance to get this card on the first floor. At least, like, you know, immediately on the first floor. So, we're taking advantage of it now while we got the opportunity. This is kind of what I'm looking for. You know, we play this for 3 mantra. For 4 mantra? No, just give me the Brilliance upgrade for now. And every time we play it, we get a little bit of scaling as a result. This can work. The thing is, I'm like, you know what? It can work. It can work. You just play it. Then a Brilliance gets you a kill here. It could have gotten you a kill there as well, but this works just fine. There are 0 cost cards as well. 6, 4, 4. We have 14 damage. We're not going to kill anything with 14 damage, but we can at least Empty Fist to be able to play both blocks. Probably kill you next turn. We're taking 2 damage. Life goes on. I mean, the goal is keep stacking up mantra for scaling, but also keeping in mind, I think Empty Mind is pretty good too. I'd like some more stance getters, but, you know, we've been a little spoiled for choice so far, I think, with what we got. Sure, draw a Brilliance next turn, but if we're going to draw a Brilliance next turn, we should... Eruption on this turn, but an Eruption on this turn kind of stinks. Because I don't want you to attack me next turn. Okay, we'll stall. Anyway, we'll get damage out of the mantra, but the secondary goal, we're just drawing. Yeah, you gotta play it, I think. We're just drawing so that hopefully we draw into Brilliance again as soon as possible, which we did actually. I think you definitely want a Vigilance Empty Fist. With 2 energy left, there's 19 damage. And let's save our attacks to use them when we draw Eruption. Which we're super unbelievably happy. And I think that's how you gotta play that one. We're unbelievably happy to get on our next turn when we don't have to block anyway. Anyway, I never finished my train of thought here even slightly. 3 mantra. I think you got to take it and hope to draw Brilliance. Maybe Third Eye would have been better there. We still got Brilliance though, 42 damage. Look at that, not so bad. I do really like Talk to the Hand anyway, and we'll take it. We'll take a turn 1 Brilliance or a turn 1 Talk to the Hand. I don't know, 16 damage for one is... I think it's the kind of thing, it doesn't really go out of style. And let's make Talk to the Hand a little bit better. But again, long story short, eventually, if I ever finish my sentence here, it is 8:10 a.m. on a Monday. If you'll do me the service of giving me some, cutting me some freaking slack here. 32. We could do 41 damage. We would take 20, or we could take 13. I think this is honestly worth it. Let's pop this just to minimize the damage we take, and we'll do one of these, one of these. It helps to, yeah, all very valuable here. It helps to get out in front of this. But at some point we will get to 10 mantra consistently, hopefully, just by adding more mantra cards to our deck. You're like so stupidly, insanely lucky here. I don't even want to speak about it at present. Just do that. Like, we're one attack away from you getting sent to the Choky from Matilda. We'll hit you for 7. And then I think we'll just block for 8. This is honestly not bad. It's just 8. I always struggle against this elite on the first floor. Although the other elite is the one that tends to make me die the most often. And I think we got you dead to rights here. Like, the devil elite usually kills me, but... White Beast statue, very happy. I think a crescendo is lovely here. Still wondering how we're ever going to get, like, omniscience off the ground. It always seems like such a weird card to play. I get that you want to use it on a power. You know, just give me the heal here. I'll live with it, but we probably could have thought that one through a little bit more. Wrath, 32 damage will put you on 38. 38 will not flip you over. But then I'm like, would I like to do another 24 damage to you? And I think the answer is definitely yes. And legitimately, you're just dead, huh? Very, very good. I'm not sold, but I do kind of... I would like to get some more blocks in the future. I mean, I think even a pressure points could work, but... Okay, this is what I was looking for. Was more like, well, every time you... Oh, shuffle, you scry. Interesting. There's a lot of triggers that could work with that, but I also like free... a free card that makes Brilliance better and also gets us closer to Mantra. Or Divinity? What's it called? The triple damage stance. I've never been good at getting the stances perfectly correct here. Let's cut a basic strike, make the deck a little thinner, draw those mantra cards just that much more often. I don't think we need more stance disablers yet. I don't have any science to back that up. I'm going pretty much entirely by feel. And you're seeing the value of the turn 1 Brilliance here, huh? I think we just ice you. And then talk to the hand. Pretty sick. And I think we'll just draw as fast as possible. Like, whenever I don't see something that I love, I think you just try to draw. This turn kind of sucks, huh? I think you just try to draw, knowing... I don't know why I said it like Charlie Sheen. Knowing that, you know, you're going to get to the Brilliance that much faster as a result, which is why I played, like, the inside in the first place anyway. I mean, you should be dead, right? Like, I think I was just getting a little too precious about trying to get into Divinity. Look, I'll take a cut through Fate. I think I overrated this card for a long time, but maybe the time is right. Scry 3. Empty Fist gets a pretty serious damage buff. I want my mantra cards upgraded at some point, but I'm just not sure now's the right time. You know what? Set up a Scry, and then make sure we got something that can exit stance. And I like this draw quite nicely. That way we can get a 32 damage Brilliance out there, which is not really that spectacular, but it's okay. It's the kind of thing we're going to need to do consistently to get out in front of this, I think, at least. We will... I mean, honestly, let's exit stance with Empty Fist. 30 damage still outcoming, huh? That's pretty dangerous. Let's just do what we can. We'll still take 14 damage, but having this much block on you is going to be super nice. So we like a prostrate. Phrasing. If we erupt and then empty mind, we're feeling pretty good. Empty fist is really nice, but I think actually, well, we can play both actually, because we're taking half damage is the way I choose to see it. It's really good to get an insight into our draw pool as well, but the mantra is less great for brilliance at this point, and much better for just, like, if we can get to triple damage, I'll be a very happy man. So let's get this going. What do we want next turn? I think it's always nice to have an eruption and then be able to make the choice. If we want to approach things, you know, in a higher risk environment. It's only 12 damage there. It's not that spectacular. It's a great example of where we would be on triple damage here if we had played things a little differently. I think you do it on this turn. I think you go like that. I think you go like this. Definitely draw prey. Oh, but then I forgot it's not a scry, it's a draw too. No big deal. What are we drawing next turn? Next turn we have Brilliance and multiple ways to exit stance, so I'm just going to actually stay in tough here. I'm not going to exit the Wrath stance. Brilliance will do 50 by itself. You're at 76. Donkey. I mean, we really went for broke there. We're definitely playing Brilliance. If only I could Vigilance and Empty Mind. I mean, there's a realistic chance this could give us an attack that would finish the job, but I think instead you just, you know, why risk it, really? If anything, I'm kind of embarrassed I even used the potion in the first place. This will give us triple damage, so I guess you just finish it off like that. Okay, I think we're off to a good start. We're paying attention. You know what's intriguing to me is, I was playing on Switch last night. Blasphemy, I think, sucks. Blasphemy with Retain is interesting. Probably, like, the idea is you would draw it, you know, as early as you draw it, you know, not as early as possible. You'd like to draw it at the perfect time, I suppose, but in doing so, hold it until a turn where it guarantees you lethal, and it probably makes it much easier. Like, you can lethal an enemy for much higher HP. The thing is, you gotta do the math. It's not necessarily bad, but whenever a card's created... So this would make our insights slightly better. I think they're... Well, I don't know what they become. Maybe draw 3? And what's the other option? Ragnarok. Man, I mean, it's just mighty expensive, but at least it does do a lot of damage. Let's give it a try. I really love energy. Can I be real with you? Let's try a potion build. We got potions always dropping. We got double the effectiveness of potions. There's things going on there that I can be reasonably pleased with. But I do think that it's gonna suck for a little bit here. I actually want to dodge combat, in my opinion. So we like this. You gotta draw something. Let's get as much defense out there as possible, I suppose. Yeah, I mean, I shouldn't phrase this like it's an absolute truth. Hold on. Man, I'm bummed because Vigilance Crescendo gives us a lot of energy, but it doesn't actually allow us to get a kill, because this would only... Prey does nothing for us there. It'll still leave you with 2 HP, so I think you just instead do a Vigilance hit. Or maybe a Vigilance Prey would have been fine, but... We're looking a little spicy right now, just a little spicy. I don't think you can handle this. I don't think you can live through this. If you did, we would have had one more attack back, just on the enemy that was landing shots. So a Bowling Bash that's pre-upgraded. I do think that, you know, that allows us to have like 2 good attacks in our deck. We'll fight on this one. Keep in mind our potion would draw 6 cards. So it's a little spicy. Let's take a miracle here, and then let's... I'm going to draw 6. It's going to leave 1 out, but that's okay. Alright. We were really looking for something that would put us into the... it would put us into Wrath. But that's okay. As long as we get a kill... I think it's going to take all of our energy here to do it. But we'll get a reasonable amount of block just from talk to the hand. You know you're going to start here. Now here's the question. Crescendo, then a cut through fate. If we draw... Bowling bash. We're gonna... We're only scrying 2. It's very dangerous, actually. Maybe more dangerous than I'm willing to do. And honestly, we don't want Ragnarok. I'm just being straight up with you. We really want to see it next turn. I think we want to see Bowling Bash and maybe Ragnarok. So we're taking 6 damage. That's not that bad, but, you know, these are also not, like, endgame enemies. Crescendo. Bowling Bash. Brilliance. Okay, we got through it. I mean, I guess these are technically elites now that I think about it. I'll take another talk to the hand. I think we could make it work. Upgrade all your strikes and defense. One turn of weakness is actually pretty sweet, huh? We know, again, this is like we want to be in the Wrath stance. So let's start with something. Actually, talk to the hand is just a beautiful get as well. I guess we'll just hit you with Brilliance. And, I mean, Empty Fist? No. Save your energy. What we'd really love to see, like, at this point, what would slap for us is, if we could get something like, this is a dream come true. But if we could get something like... This is actually a complicated-ish turn. Let me look for a second here. I don't think we care to stack Mantra, and I actually just don't think we have the ability to play a Ragnarok, so I think you just play this as boring as possible. And if I could get a kill this turn, it would actually make my life a lot easier. But if I could get a Toy Ornithopter, you know, then we're getting... Hold on, I'm thinking. I think we'll just destroy you. With Toy Ornithopter, we'd be getting 5... I don't think we'd be getting 10, but I think we'd be getting 5 HP from each potion we use. We get a potion per fight. That's... You can see how that's pretty substantial up to a point, right? As long as we have enough draw, I think we can take... Give it a shot. Oh, dude, that could be big. I think we're in a position where taking risks is important. As long as we have enough draw, I think taking, like, kind of crappy, zero-cost cards that at least feed into Brilliance or get us closer to triple damage, like, it's potentially advisable. Let's see what we get here. Bowling Bash actually might be fine. It does seem a little silly to play the Brilliance on you, but... I actually think it's fine. We could have also used, like, the Explosion Potion and then Brilliance you, but I feel, like, not so bad about this, but that may change on a dime. Ragnarok is only 25 damage. Like, it's just not... Just doesn't appeal to me as much as I would like, I think. And I don't think we're going to get a kill with Eruption because we're not drawing it on the same turn as Brilliance. So, we will... be super coy with our defense and just wait. I mean, we're going to have to put up a lot of block, which is going to suck really bad, but... It is what it is. Obviously, I'm aware of the fact Talk to the Hand isn't going to do what I want it to do, but... Next turn, realistically, we could kill you. We didn't draw the good stuff, but still, a Crescendo, you have 36. We could do 14... 14, and then we would need to draw an attack that does 8. Or we could just, I was literally just gonna say, I don't think this is it, but if we just draw a Brilliance, that also does some great work. I mean, this does 28, you have 29. What we could also do instead, though, is literally just block enough that you don't take damage. How much are you going to have here? 44? That's not enough to get you out of this. And a flex potion. Okay. Empty body upgraded is actually just kind of like a decent block. We have 40 HP. Forgive me, this might kill us, but I think we gotta go for the fences. Gain divinity every turn? No. No. Okay. Let's go, if you're in calm. Oh, and we get 2 of them. If you're in calm, at the end of your turn, gain 10 block. It's kind of okay, actually. So we're in a weird spot because Ragnarok does the same amount of damage as Brilliance plus a strike. So Ragnarok is still not there. I guess with the flex potion, it would be great, but we still have a flex potion we could use with it later. That turn didn't feel right. Something went wrong there. So here, we want to end the turn in calm for 10 free block. Oh, did I exit my stance at the end of that turn, maybe? I think we want to do that. Let's just start here. I think Prey is good, and I think we're basically just going to be chilling. So this would take us to 17 block, and we get 10 for free. We're not really doing very much damage in this situation, but we're taking 0, which is nice. So we love that. We love this for sure. Okay. We're still in calm, so we're at 16 block. So you can really just play this and this. This is an extreme pivot for how we're trying to take out this elite. I don't know realistically if this is like a long-term plan for us. We're at 14. If you add 16 there, we're doing all right. Not taking any damage. And then I can... The problem with Empty Body is it's 2 energy, but it doesn't actually give us any block here. Oh, right, because we're drawing. Fair enough. I don't think we need to scry yet. Right, at the cost of our miracle. I mean, obviously for free, it's pretty sweet. Ahem. Well, again, exiting stance gives us a bunch of energy, but it costs us the same amount of block. So if we're not doing anything with the energy, it's not good. But we're definitely frozen. Like we're not doing anything at all. This is what I was waiting for, was something along these lines. Like, but a brilliance is not even that spectacular here. But I think you gotta do something. I think you pop this crescendo, and then you just do 150 damage. Okay, we got there. I do think it's a little slow, but these insights are kind of tempting. I don't know. I just don't know. I guess I'm like holding out hope. Just give me the gold right now. I'm just holding out hope that we make it through this elite, and then somehow like everything starts to come together. You need to be able to like Eruption Ragnarok. If you can't do that, then you just don't play it, I think. I think you just focus on an enemy. Like 9 and then 32 is 41 damage, and then this does another 28 on top. I actually think you'd use this on somebody else. So you'd go like this, you got 10 HP left. Then we'll hit you for 28. And then a bowling bash is a slapper and a half. We didn't draw it, but you can't really be mad about that. I mean, at any point, we could also literally just pop this for 20 extra damage. Like, that was such a powerful explosion potion. I actually, like, felt bad for the enemy, which doesn't happen too much. Bottled Miracle will give us 4 energy in hand. The kind of thing that, like, sadly might actually be pretty critical right here. So I'm just like, I mean, if we're betting on this mantra, Dead Branch is kind of interesting. If we're betting on this mantra getting us somewhere, we got to give it a fair shake by actually putting some mantra in hand. This is a pretty great turn. Well, you know, it would have been nice if it worked immediately, but that's okay. You know what? I'm willing to put this out here in order to... And this will give us something in hand as well. I actually wouldn't mind retaining... oh, no, we've exhausted everything. Okay, never mind. Well, we'll play our Brilliance then, because we can. Do we want... No, forget that. I was going to say we wouldn't mind retaining Bowling Bash to use on this turn, but... Empty body, defend. It's not that bad. I mean, just Vigilance, empty body is pretty solid. 14, you're doing 35 damage. What a coincidence. There's 34 block. But we didn't really improve ourselves too much. These are decent cards. If these aren't decent cards, then something's not right with the deck. Now, I think we do need to still kill the enemies. I think at some point, these guys have gotta go. I'm willing to take a chance on a random. And I think you kind of just gotta see what happens here. Knowing that knowing that you got the branch backing you up. Give me a defend. Play another miracle. Because we may want... no, thank you. We may want to play a Ragnarok, right? The problem is the double damage here leaves us in just a nightmare zone. Mental Fortress gives us 4 block when we change stance. Okay, I think you do that, and then I think you just get the Ragnarok out there. I didn't expect it to kill anybody, quite frankly. Get that strike out of here. Okay. Weave comes back every time we scry. You can definitely start to take some advantage here. 8 damage, 28 damage. I mean, I'm a serious believer in, I suppose, this, and then this, and then at least we didn't have to play that this turn. It has retain. Now you're gonna laugh at me though, because I was gonna kill this guy, but I'm like, instead maybe we can just get an alpha, beta, omega out here. At which point, I mean, we have to live long enough to make it happen, but at which point the boss is pretty much destined to die. But this still sucks, like, really badly. You have to die. We absolutely have to play a beta for this to have any chance. And then we gotta live long enough for Omega to get out there. So let's make sure we're drawing things that help us get to that Omega. This could enter Divinity for us. How delightful. Okay. That's something. Take some vulnerability. Get closer to the next mantra. There's Omega. Wouldn't you know it? We have enough energy to actually play it. And then you're going to take like 50, sorry. You're doing 37 damage. We don't want to see a Ragnarok, I think. We need to play enough defend to survive. This is interesting. Swivel, 6 block, next attack costs 0. Gain 5 mantra. 37 and we're at 22. But every time we hit you, we do get 5 block back. So this is a gimme. And anything that scries is 5 block. I think you play Brilliance, Bowling Bash, Swivel, signature move then becomes free, and just a basic, play your Perseverance, and then we lived. So this was miraculous, and it really took a little bit of extra sauce to get it done. I'm not necessarily optimistic that this will continue to work. On the other hand, maybe I should just take Alpha because of how well it did for us. It's hard for me to not take it, especially innate. I mean, that's pretty good. It's really hard for me not to take it when it just won us the game and showed up super late. Devotion was kind of what we've been fishing for classically forever, but this is stupid. Yeah, like, it's just kind of, look. Don't talk to me. Okay, you know what we're going to do? We're going to take Velvet Choker. And I know that it's like a newbie trap, but I examined that. Omega's really good against this boss. That's a really good get for us. It was a miracle that we lived there, so let's just keep everything in context. Like, we've got a long way to go before we really look at this situation and say, like, oh, it's a dream come true. But you do have to remember that, like, maybe I'm underselling the value of this run. Because we do have... Just kill him. There you go. Well, we do have Velvet Choker, so there's one thing. But we do have, Dead Branch, which is kind of like... I don't want to say a gimme, but it's, It can really accelerate the way that the game goes. I mean, I can't believe we just drew Omega. Like, you guys, only one of you is going to die, but even then we only take 1 damage. That's the ideal, but our deck is pretty thin. That'll happen a lot, I think. Scry helps us get to Omega faster, but... I'm not totally sold. I feel like it's a little slow, but... I'll pay 90 gold. We got so much gold. Remove a basic strike. Confirm this is remove. And then it upgraded to prey. I'm totally fine with that. As much as it looks like this is like a super strange run, like the reality... Well, we got so lucky. Just pay attention to Velvet Choker, please. Look for a block. Wow. I'm accidentally kind of smart sometimes. We're actually just, as strange as the run looks, we're actually just in, like, a race. And that's kind of cool. As much as it might look like this is, like, the weirdest run you'll ever see, we're basically just trying to do as much damage as fast as possible. And I will say, because I know that how this is going to sound, but that's not literally the way every run in this game is. It's close. This doesn't quite kill you, by the way. I wish it did. Well, you know what? Actually, now that I think about it, we can totally just use a potion and then make it work that way, because we get potions every time, and we got literally the same potion back. I think more good defends is what we need. We win by just playing defend plus beta or gamma as fast as possible. So I actually am a big fan of Master of Strategy. I don't want to necessarily add another evaluate so soon, but I think making rests better for us appeals to me greatly. Let's cut another basic strike, and we really like. We're starting to get it kind of set up here. I'm feeling somewhat optimistic, believe it or not. So, like, what would you do with an Omniscience here? Because we actually have the opportunity. The double Ragnarok means I take 1 trillion damage from bosses, or from the Spiker. I actually, as insane as it might sound, I think you Omniscience the beta to raise your chances of drawing Omega faster. We should have played the Prostrate there. I failed my Prostrate exam. Good one. Okay, sorry. Moving on. We have, like, literally 1 attack. We should use a potion, but it's not that big of a deal. We will maybe collect? I don't know. It's a little slow. We definitely want some defense first. There's only 20 damage coming out, so I'll tell you what. Sure, give me one of those. Once we play Omega, it's almost over. Fortunately, we're still fishing. And we're still fishing. And we're just gonna go, like, all the way down there to get to it. Inner Peace. If you're in Calm, draw 3 cards. Otherwise, enter Calm. I have no attacks. That's a new one for me, is like having no attacks and no skills. But I'm telling you, we're almost there. Are you kidding me? There we go. So we got an Omega out there. Everybody's dead except you. And this, I trust the math, okay? Well, that just killed you outright, but anyway. No need to trust the math in that situation. I don't buy these right now. I feel like we're doing great. I definitely still feel like I take the chance to rest and I don't get overly cocky here. With two elites to go to a shop, huh? I'm a lose 4 max HP Marty there. I don't want to get that complicated about it. Let's take an alpha and then try to draw. I mean, it's just a dream to try to draw into beta, and it actually worked. I'm realizing that I should essentially just tailor the entire run right now about trying to draw our cards as fast as possible. Vigilance, empty body, defend. 30 damage is a nightmare, man. Let's do Distilled Chaos. I saw, oh, and it's 6 cards. I saw a Ragnarok, I saw an Omega. Oh, and that's the end of our turn, but still. We only take 5 damage, you're taking 50 a turn. Pretty good. I like all of those. I like that as well. So you can see how basically, you know, Dono Deca, you have to output like 500 damage to kill them. Obviously, you gotta be careful because we don't want to... this is not even really that good. But you don't want to go up against Velvet Choker here. But anyway, this halves the amount of time, or them being 2 enemies halves the amount of time it'll take us to do that much damage. So I'm very, very into the fact that we essentially just got the luckiest. I mean, this will give us Mantra for 1 turn. Which then allows us to play, I'm like, Empty Fist, it comes so close to getting you there. But I'm okay taking 4 damage because we're going to rest anyway, so I'm like, I don't know. Oh, I forgot, we'll take no damage because we have the Talk to the Hands on you. Anyway, I think we basically got, like, the only boss that I'd feel good about beating. But the flip side is I feel pretty good about beating them. So we love this. We really want to draw 16 damage, 12 damage. I mean, we'd just probably kill you. We want to draw into beta as fast as possible. As none of those cards are beta, we don't care for them. And we could use, but if we're happy with our potions, we don't have to. But we could use a potion on this fight, and on every fight for that matter. We still did not draw beta, but that's fine. We'll draw it next turn. So don't. Well, you know what? Actually, let's draw it this turn. Then we'll play a miracle to get to it. I mean, this is the AoE we've been asking for now exists. All we need to do is get there. No one can be told what the Matrix is. You have to see it, like, for yourself or whatever. Realistically, we're drawing Omega next turn. I don't care about being in the Wrath stance. You're dead. Eat it. Ancient Potion. I would take it over Vulnerability. Vulnerability doesn't really fit into our existing plan. And would you believe it? We can actually, like, upgrade a card. Probably we'll try Ragnarok, I guess. Maybe this does enough. Remove a card from your deck. I'm pulling that last strike out. I will tell you, and this is a little spooky. You still play Alpha, because if you get the Omega out there, it's over. Ragnarok gets you out of this. Play this just to see if... We're just trying to get to that beta that much faster. Ragnarok gets you out of this first turn. I mean, probably Brilliance gets you pretty close to begin with as well. We got potions backing us up. No beta yet. No beta yet. Beta, beta, beta. Wah! Ooh, ah, ah. So here's where, like, Bottled Miracles comes in handy. You get 4 of those sons of guns. Would you look at that? We don't really care for Sanctity. Keep in mind you can only play 2 more cards. So, we will play this one. And we are now tapped, because that's how 2 cards work. Still good. Pretty good. Don't play this. This is like a not worth it situation. Fear no evil puts us into calm. We don't really care. It's spicy, man. It's spicy. But we did get our Omega, which is what we needed. Don't kill me. I'm just begging you not to kill me. So this will do 50. I just hope that you actually take 50. Sometimes the game gets a little goofy like that. We might as well draw for 0. Just seeing if maybe there's a way we can get extra energy out of it. This doesn't cost 0, unfortunately, which is the worst part of it. In theory, we should have 9 block versus 7 damage. That's exactly how that worked, thankfully. So now we just gotta find a way to hit you for 27. Not easy, by the way, but like, nobody said it was easy. But nobody said it would be this hard. I guess we don't even have to hit you for 27 if we just put up like a ton of block. Okay, that was very dangerous. 8 meat on the bone. Wish, I mean, the problem is it's just expensive. So I'm gonna ignore it. And this is a great time to get a very early Omega. 24 damage coming out immediately, huh? You know you're playing Alpha. We're probably not playing Fasting. I don't think there's a power... Come on, man. I don't think there's a power in our deck that gives us the block we need. So I think you just say, you know, thank the Lord there that we ended up getting almost enough block. You have to play beta. This is your win condition. There's a way for us to play Omega if we draw it. Okay? But it means that we don't play Spirit Shield, which is probably not what we're looking for. However, Master of Strategy, if you draw Omega, then you play Tranquility, Empty Fist, Omega. And if you don't draw Omega, which is what happened, then you just play the greatest Spirit Shield of all time. And we got a few more cards. Might as well gain some Mantra. I'll be really proud of us if we win this run, because this is a much different run than I've typically done. We don't need a... I mean, literally, we can't use a Smoke Bomb. I think we can take one more block, okay? And then we'll rest. We'll be at full HP. This lovely... We're going to be 4 strength up. This is important, okay? 4 strength up. We might as well pop the Artifact Potion. I think you drink the Power Potion. And you also drink your Milkshake. Let's make sure that all of our cards from Dead Branch are better. We definitely don't need 2 of those, but that's okay. So we've played 0 cards. Master Reality, Alpha, Judgment, really not what we're looking for. Let's see if we draw into Beta. If we don't draw into Beta, just better block would also be fine. We'll do a Talk to the Hand, Talk to the Hands. With only 1 card remaining, we'll gain 4 block, which sucks pretty bad, but that's what you expect on turn 1, is maybe things aren't going to be like that amazing for you. We really wanted to see a beta. Well then, look in the mirror. Wait a minute, me. I'm not willing to play that Miracle yet. We'll take 3 damage. We're getting... I mean, the longer it takes us to draw beta, the closer we are to drawing omega. Probably, right? There's beta. Dump the prey. Play the beta. Miracle? I'm so scared about, like, Master of Strategy overdrawing the omega. Maybe on this turn then... Well, you know... No. Don't be stupid. Omniscience, omega. We got to play both of them. 120 damage per turn getting out there. So you're already... We can't lose. And I know that sounds like comedic timing, but I think, like, literally I'm just mindlessly playing blocks. Because we literally can't lose. Alright, that's one of the, like, it's not quite Ascension 20 level. It's one of the most proud I've ever been of myself for winning a Slay the Spire run. Because on the second floor, things seemed, like, genuinely cursed. Like, they seemed lost to me. And that pivot that we made to get Alpha out there, even though we were trying to, like, mainline some kind of divinity build... Hey, that demonstrates a little neuroplasticity I wasn't sure that I had. So we've officially gotten to Ascension 10, where you start with a curse on every run. But, hey, thanks for watching. Hope you've enjoyed it. If you did, click the like button. Helps out a great deal. And, of course, subscribe if you want to see more in the future. Thanks for all the kind comments and feedback. And I'll see you next time. See ya!